All right. So sorry for that. So that's the thing I actually wanted to share with us. So try to practice as much as you can, but please, there will always be a difference between your real account and your demo account. So what you need to do is, as much as you practice the demo account, try to get your real account set up as soon as possible. Okay. Now, don't put 100 euros, because with 100 euros, you will soon lose it. And once you start losing money in Forex, you start losing your confidence. And the moment you don't have confidence in yourself again, forget it. You will hate Forex. You will hate trading. And you will believe that it's a scam, like, whoa, they are just taking my money. Nobody sees you. Nobody is taking your money. It's the same market. Everybody is trading. So while you are complaining, some people are rejoicing. Okay, so that's the truth. Start with some amount of money that is good enough that you will not lose. But if you want to start real, I would advise you to stay with a mentoring group, or have a mentor or someone that can guide you and that can give you signals so that you don't lose all your money. All right, so that's well said. Now let's start our class for today. So today we're going to do a lot on the chart, but let me ask first, how many people traded yesterday? You set a trade, you placed an order. If you traded, let me just say yes, just type yes. If you traded, say yes. If you did not trade, say no. I want to see who traded and who did not trade yesterday. I want to see the yeses and the nos. What I mean by trading is you placed an order. Okay, I have yes, 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 no. Okay, another no, yes, yes, another no, another no. Okay, quite a number of people did not trade. I wouldn't want to ask why you did not trade. Yes, and I lost. How did you lose? Uche, I want to hear from you, because you said I traded and I lost. Have you closed it? Hello? Can I bring you on? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
I placed order for euro dollar, and then I lost $2.
Sorry, I don't understand. You placed an order?
Yes, but because I clicked stop loss, then the system was able to notify me and send me email.
So the stop loss was activated. It was executed.
Yes.
Okay. So how much is your balance now?
The balance is $998.
$998.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So you already know how to lose in Forex. That's beautiful. That's a wonderful experience. Thank you for that. Okay, who else? Okay, how much can I use to start? Well, I've said that several times. I can't find how much I have in my demo account. You can't find how much you have in your demo account. How come? It will always be there on the screen. Okay, I don't know what you're using, Mrs. Victoria. Are you using a phone, or you are using a laptop or desktop? If you're using a phone, it will always be at the bottom. You see here, I don't know if my camera can zoom that. You see at the bottom, you always have that. You always have the balance and all that there. Okay, laptop. Okay, if it's laptop, then that's easy to see. I will show you in a while. Just very soon now, I'll show you where you can find that. Okay, it's very easy on laptop. All right, very good. So, how many of us are having a green on our trade? The trade that you placed. The trades that you placed. How many of us were able to? Okay, somebody said I place a sell instead of a buy, and I lose money. So how many of us are green? Oh, Bookie says, okay, Mrs. Bookie says she's green. Okay, Tammy says she's green. Wow, a lot of people are green. Wow, a lot of people are green. It means that you studied the chart very well, but maybe not. Maybe you are lucky, but maybe not. So I believe that it's not luck. I believe that you studied the charts well and you made right decisions. All right, so let's go to our chart tonight. Let's go to our chart tonight. At least we have the experience. Okay, let me go to the chart. I think I have to share that. Okay, Batir. Okay, somebody say mine is red. It's all right. Mine is also red. I mean, I have a lot of them that are red and like very red. So we will talk about all that today. That is red doesn't mean you have lost, okay? As long as you have not closed it. Now, let me start with placing orders, okay? I want to talk about placing orders. And please, I want you to be very attentive at this. It's going to be very important. Okay. We have very less number of people joining tonight. A lot of people told me they will not be making it tonight, so I quite understand that. But this is still a good number. I need to have stayed till now. Still a very good number. All right. Now, let's start like this. To place, where is this? Okay, to place an order, these are the things you have to watch out for. Watch out for the following. Number one, the true chart or symbol of the instrument. I said that yesterday. So you have to be sure that the one you are choosing, the one you are placing order on is the one you have studied and you are sure that is the instrument you actually want to trade. Number two, the volume to be ordered with respect to your free margin. Okay, now let's try and place an order. This is the gold against US dollar. Okay, now I've been following this since morning. I placed some orders on it, which for me are not really doing well, but no problem. But it's still good because I need it to teach us tonight. So I've placed some orders today, so I think we should study this together, okay? Now, let's look at this chart. Please note, I'm trying to do a little bit of analysis here. Now, this is 1 hour chart. Remember, like I explained to us, when you have the 1 hour and the 1 hour and the other ones, the other timings. This is a 1 hour chart, okay? So when you look at the 1 hour chart, you can draw it back. You see, I just click, hold, and draw back. So drawing back makes you to see the history on a 1 hour candle, okay? Now, so when I draw back, I can see the trend, but you don't really appreciate the trend very well on 1 hour candles. So what you need to do is change it to 4 hours. 4 hours gives you a better view. Now, you see that the view really changed now. Now, this is a 4 hour candle, and you can see what is happening here. If you draw back a bit, you can see the movement. Let's see if I can draw a pattern there. Excuse me. Okay, now look at this. Going up and dropping very low. Now it goes up again and it's dropping low, okay? Now you see the shape that it's forming, okay? You see that shape there. It's like mountain and valley, am I correct? So it's like mountain and valley. Now, going up and going down is what it's been doing. Now here, it really shoots up and now it's coming down. So from that little experience with this particular, what do you call it now? With this particular graph, this particular instrument, you see that it's always going up and coming down is always like almost 100%, okay, of where it started going up from. Now, but this place is quite different. Now it shot up, and look at this sharp breakdown. This sharp breakdown, then it did what we call retracement. This is what you call a retracement. So it retraced itself back, but not up to where it was. So that shows a going down trend. And now it's gradually going down again. Now, I placed a buy here because I quickly wanted to make a quick gain. So I placed a buy at this point. But it has gone so much against me, it has really come down. But I've placed my stop loss around this place. So I might be losing about 20 euros if it drops to this point. Now, you can't really tell if it will drop to this point or not. Normally, if I was not training people that I had to place that order, I wouldn't have placed an order on this right now. It's not my type of the hour track shortcut. The hour, to choose the hour is just beside here. It's just beside the what do you call it? The instrument, the currency pair. So from here you will see the hour. You see it there. So that's where the hour shortcut is. Okay. So just here you see it 4 hours. So when you click on that little arrow there, you'll be able to change it. Okay, you'll be able to change it to other hours. Okay, so that's where you have the hour shortcut. Okay, now, so like I was saying, I wouldn't have placed an order, but for training purposes, I placed that order, and hopefully, let's say it will retrace itself. Now, we want to place an order here. From this trend, okay, I will still want to bet on a buy. Okay, why should I want to bet on a buy? Because with this drop, it has actually dropped about 100% from where it rose. So I expect it to maybe drop a little bit more and retrace itself again, at least to like this point. Okay, so that's my calculation. I mean, just a quick one, just for training, please. If I'm going to give signals to people, I wouldn't use this. Now, but just for quick training, let's take it like that. Okay, now, so we want to place a buy order on this gold US dollar, right? Now, to place the order, remember I said you can either right click here and click on create new order, and this dialog box comes out. That's one way. Another way is, look at it here. You have new order on top here. Let me highlight that. New order, see here. You see that? So you can actually use that also. When you click on that new order, it brings out that dialog box also. So what I'm saying here is this is my note. So to place an order, these are the things you look out for. Number one, sir. Number one, very important. Make sure it's the same, what do you call it? Make sure it's the same instrument. Okay, look at it here. So this one is gold against US dollar. So I have to be sure that it is still this symbol. Okay, this is very important. So as long as it is that symbol, I am safe. I'm making the right order decision. Now, the second thing is the volume to be ordered. Now, what order do we want to place here? We want to place a quick buy, right? Now, make sure that it is buy that is highlighted. But don't just stick with what the computer highlights for you. Click on it. It is not a sin. It is not a crime to click on it. So I want to place a buy. I will click on buy. Okay. I do a click on buy. Then I am sure, 100% sure, that it's a buy order that I will be placing. Now, number two, that is extremely important, the volume to be ordered. Now, before you can order, you must know your margin and your margin level. So if you allow me, I will close this dialog box now before we make any order. And then I want to teach us something today, something very important. Okay, if you have your notes, you can take notes right now. This is extremely important. Now, let's go to this bar that is under here. Okay, now look at this bar here. that is under this, after the orders, if you have some open positions, this balance, this bar where you have the balance here, okay, if you permit me, I will bring it out. Okay, I just brought it up here. I hope you can see it. Okay, so I'll just bring it out here so that you can see it very well. Now in your own computer, you won't be able to bring it out. Okay, it is stuck. It is stuck there in your computer. Okay, but you can actually bring it out. Okay, but you don't need to bring it out because this one is just for learning sake. Now these things are very important. Okay, and I would tell you what each of them means. The first thing you have here is what? Your balance. Okay, this is your balance. Your balance is the amount of money that you have theoretically on your platform or in your account. Why do I say theoretically? Theoretically because if you have an open position, then that balance is not realistic, because if you don't close all your open positions, you cannot take money out of that balance. I'll repeat that. If you have any open position, you cannot withdraw from your balance. Somebody already asked me that question before one time and said, okay, if I place an order, okay, I have, a capital of, let's say, 1,000, like we have here now. I have 1,000 in my account, and then I place an order, and I see that the order, the trade is going against me. Now it's minus 100, and I have 1,000. Can't I just withdraw my 1,000 quickly, and so that I don't lose the money? No, you cannot withdraw your 1,000. Before you can withdraw that balance, you must close all the open positions. And this is what makes people lose money in Forex, because they don't want to lose any of their balance. So they go like, me that I invested 1,000, now it's like minus 300. So why can't I just quickly take out the 1,000? No, you have to close that minus 300. So the only balance you can withdraw at the end of the day will be 700. All right. So that is why you must be very sure of the orders that you are placing. This is another example here. You will see that the balance here is 1,557. Am I correct? Okay, 1,557. But in reality, this is not going to be the balance. Why? Because I have an open position. You see it up here. I have an open position. There is a sell order. Okay, there is a sell order for US 30 indices. Okay, US SP 30 indices. And the sell order, which is one indices, I bought one indices, is still open. Although in this case, it's a good one because it's positive. It's green. Everybody likes green. My partner will always tell me, he will say, Mr. Shola, any green is good green. Okay, once it is green, it is good. You smile to the bank, just take it. Okay, he will say, just take it. Every green is good green. Okay, no matter the amount. And I'm telling you that. I can testify to that. Every green is good green. When you are having green, you smile. But when you are having red, you sweat. You sweat because you are not sure if you're going to lose money or you're going to gain it. But if you are patient and you have done your assignment very well, you will smile. All right, so in this case, this open position will not allow you to withdraw this balance if you wanted to withdraw it. All right, so that's what the balance is. The balance is just tentative until there are no open positions. But when you don't have any open position, that balance is exactly how much money belongs to you. They're not taking any commission from it. You're not paying any tax on it. That money is your money. Okay, so that's good news, isn't it? Now, after the balance, we have what we call the equity. Well, for some of us that are used to going to bank and all, They will tell you that, well, your equity is this, your equity is that. Now, equity is actually like the balance, okay? Your total balance plus your debts or your profits. Let me come again. This balance that I showed you at first, okay, plus whatever gross you have here is your equity. Your equity is what you have if you close everything. If you close all your open positions, your equity is what you will have. Okay, we have seen the equity for this one now. It's 1,665.67. You see that one is changing. The equity for this particular account is changing. Why? Because it has an open position whose profit is fluctuating. Sometimes 109, sometimes 110, sometimes 90. So the equity also will keep changing. Why? Because your profit, your open positions are changing in value. So that is extremely important. So when you have green, it's good. But when you have red, it's not too good. Well, not that you have failed, not that you have lost money, but it reduces your equity. So if, for example, this one that is green is actually minus 103, the equity here will be like 1,420. Okay, so that would be the equity. Okay, so I hope you understand what equity is. So that's the difference between equity and the balance. Now, after equity, what do we have? We have margin used. Okay, if you put your cursor there, you see it. It says for hedging accounts, margin used is equal to total maximum margin between the sum of all long or all short positions per symbol. Now, for netting accounts, margin used is sum of all open positions margin. Now, let me explain that in common man language. Margin used is the amount of money you have invested in open positions. Just that. Okay, so that's the amount. You know, the balance here now is what? 1,557. Now, how much of that money have I invested to buy these indices? Okay, so that's exactly what we are saying. So how much of this money did I invest into this? So it means that one indices that I bought actually with the leverage of my account, which is 1 to 30, okay, the equivalent value is this margin used. So I have used 747.27 euros. Okay, now that's the margin I have used. Now, so the question now is, how much do I have left that I can still invest after the margin I've used? Of course, that will be your free margin. So the next one here is free margin. Free margin is the amount of money that is available to you to trade. Okay, so in this case, I have 921, 922. Why is it fluctuating? Why is it fluctuating? Why? It's fluctuating because of this open position. Now, because they assume that because this is green, it actually gives me more margin to trade. Now, this is another mistake a whole lot of people make. Now, because they have a lot of green positions, their free margin increases. And then they begin to place orders, not remembering or thinking. Sorry, I think music is playing. Not reminding themselves or thinking that there is possibility. Okay, there is possibility of those positions returning to what? Returning to red. And when the positions return to red, what happens? They will not have margin again, and then they might be losing money. So I always say to people, never ever, when you are trading real accounts, never ever allow your margin to be so low, okay, that you would have used all your margin. Let me see. Well, okay, now I'll show us that later. So always make sure that the margin you are using to trade is not more than half of your balance. That will really, really be beneficial to you. Once it's getting more than half of your account, your capital, you are risking a whole lot. You are risking too much. But never mind, never mind. Like I said, tonight I will teach you the method that will make you not to lose all your money, even if you risk it all. You might lose a lot. You might lose some, but you will not lose everything. But please, because sometimes we trade in a hurry, and because the market jumps and moves fast sometimes, when you trade in such periods, you might forget to use the method I'm going to teach you, not to lose money. And before you know it, it swings and it wipes away your money. So the best thing is, don't trade heavy margins. Don't trade heavy lots, okay? Per time, don't do it. It is greed that makes us trade heavy lots. Try as much as possible to caution yourself and not trade heavy lots, okay? Now, let me see, there are a few questions here. What if you close all orders? What will be the margin used? Margin used will be 0. When you close all your orders, it means that you have not used any margin. Okay, margin used will be 0, and your free margin will be exactly the same amount as your balance, because there will not be, as your balance or equity. Your equity and your balance at that point will be equal. Okay, so I think I've answered that question. All right, so that's free margin. So you see that it's always fluctuating. Look at it, it has risen to 940 something now, because the profit on this particular position is really increasing right now. Okay, now after the free margin, what do you have? You have margin level. This is your how do I call it? This is your nemesis. This is your nemesis. This is what should scare you in Forex. Now, this is what should scare you, what you should respect. You know, as Christians respect God and Muslims respect Allah, so Forex traders respect their margin level. Once that margin level is going down, your blood pressure will start going up. It is vice versa. Okay, it's directly proportional to that, to your inversely proportional. Sorry, it's inversely proportional to your adrenaline. The moment your margin level is going down, the higher your blood pressure and your adrenaline will be rising. Now, what does that mean? Well, margin level is just the mathematical expression, okay, the percentage expression of how much margin you have used and compared to how much margin you have left. Okay, so if you look at the margin level, it says the margin level is equal to your equity minus estimated closing commission. Okay, so divided by margin used, and then that is expressed as a percentage. So that's why I said always make sure that your margin used is very low. Okay, it's very low, because when you have a low margin used, then what happens to your margin level? It increases. So for example, let me put it in figures. If your equity now is 100 and your margin used is 80, divide 100 by 80 times 100. That's the percentage. Okay, 100 by 80. When you divide that and then you multiply by 100, so you have like 20. Like what do you have? 100 divided by 80. I don't know. Let's use 100 divided by 50, right? If you say 100 divided by 50, that's 2 times 100. That's 200%. So you will have margin level of 200%. But what if you did not use up to 50? Then you divide 100 divided by, let's say you use 10 out of 100. 100 divided by 10, that's 10. Am I right? Then times 100, that's 1000%. You can see the difference. Now, what does this mean? What does this margin level mean? Of course, it's just a percentage. That's the mathematics I calculated for you now. It is the margin, the equity divided by the margin you have used times 100, just to tell you how strong you are. Now, what happens when my margin level continues to go down? your brokers, this is where they make money, and this is what they are waiting for. They want your margin level to keep going down, down, down. They will never allow you to get to 0%, because if it gets to 0%, I mean, that's they too, they will lose everything. So they set what they call the smart stop, or the stop out level. Now, the stop out is the lowest percentage that your margin level should get to before they close out your orders for you. So it's like their own stop loss for you. They are the ones setting it for you. But they will not stop your loss. They will not cut your losses until your margin level has reached that smart stop, or that stop out. They call it different names. Now, so that brings me to the next item here. Look at it. They call it smart stop. This smart stop out is the level, you see. So if it's below that smart stop out, you say goodbye to all your money. All. Now, so this is where you can lose all your money in Forex. This is how we lose all our money in Forex, because I've lost all my money many times. So I can tell you categorically, this is how I lost all my money in Forex. I waited and allowed my margin level to get to 30%. Now, these ones are nice. Some brokers, their margin level is 50%. Some 10%. So it differs. So these are some of the things people look out for when they choose brokers. This one, they give us to 30%, which is fair enough, okay? But at that 30%, once your margin level reaches that, you lose all your money. Now, this is my own policy, my own advice to you, just part of my master class. So what is the appropriate margin level that you should always have? I always tell my students, I don't do it personally most of the times, because I place a lot of orders, but because I use stop loss, which I will teach next, it doesn't matter. Now, but try as much as possible as a beginner to maintain a margin level between 400 and 200%. So the lowest you should always go should be 200%. So that's like half of your equity. Okay? My advice to you. But that also depends on your capital. Okay? But whichever capital you have, before you place an order, which I will show you now, you will know the margin you're going to use. Okay? You will know how much margin you're going to use to place that order. So that's very important. So always try to maintain 200% minimum. But if things go wrong and all that, still, if you're still having up to 150 or 120%, you will still survive. When you use a leverage of 1 to 30, okay, you will still survive. Sometimes my margin level comes down to 80. Presently now, on my real account, I think the margin level right now is 100% or so. Where is it? Yeah, you see it is 108%. Yeah, but this is good, okay? It's okay. Why? Because it's a very, very small capital. And so if you look at the negative, okay, minus what is my account now? Minus 14. So compare minus 14 to 200, which is my capital, you see that I have still not lost all my money. That's one thing. The second thing is I don't really care what the margin level is saying, because I have set a stop loss. So if the market goes so wrong against me, once it gets to that stop loss, it cuts my losses. So the maximum I can lose in all those trades, all of them put together, will be 60 euros, because I love to put my stop loss a bit far, okay? Maximum 60. If I lose 60 euros, I am still happy than losing 200 euros. Are you getting my point now? So that's what I'm saying. So if you have a balance of 1,000 and you place your orders and you use all your margin, and you're having 100% or even 80%, 90% left, no problem. Just make sure you set your stop loss, so that out of that 1,000, maybe all that you are willing to lose is 100 or 200 or 50. Make sure you set your stop losses, so that once it hits that place, you lose that and you are 100% okay. So if you lose 50 out of 1,000, you are still perfectly okay. Before the end of the week, before the end of the day, it's very possible you even make more than that. Okay. Can you explain more on margin levels? Well, I think I've explained it. Margin level, yeah, I mean, it's just the percentage of the is the percentage of the margin you have used compared to your equity. Okay, so listen, these things you will design your own system, because like I said, you cannot say because you want to maintain a 200% margin level, you place only one order of one lot. No, you can't restrict yourself like that. You have to know what type of trader you are. You have to practice, okay? And your stop loss is extremely important. Never ever trade without using stop loss. Never trade without using stop loss. So that would save you all the headache of calculating margin level. And you don't need to calculate it anyway. It's just for you to know how much you are placing. Please, can you get this fan to blow to me, please? You put on fan, you put it on yourself. Jesus. And increase the speed a bit. Sorry for that. So, yeah, that is that. Then the next thing here, if I can see, let me bring it back up. Excuse me. I was trying to, I think I thought, okay, yeah, I brought it out. Okay, so I'll bring it back up. Now, so I've talked to you about the margin level, and now you know what smart stop out means, okay? The smart stop out is something that you want to avoid by all means. You want to pray against it. You want to walk against it. You want to train against it. And I pray may you never see it. Well, that might be a wrong prayer. You will see it one day, but let it be on your demo account that you see it. Don't go and see it on your 5,000 euro account. Once you see it on your 5,000 euro account, it's gone. Okay, it's gone forever. Okay, so it's better you see it on your demo account and not on your real account. Is it possible not to see it on my real account ever? Yes, it is very possible. If you follow what I will be telling you very soon now. Now and then, of course, you have your gross profit. Okay, this is the gross profit. Gross profit means your profit that is going to be added to your balance. Okay, they have removed their commission, they have removed their swap. Swap, please note that. That's one word that you need to learn. Swap. Swap is very important. And let me quickly explain what swap is. Unfortunately, this training did not allow me to do definition of terms. I think for the next set of people I'll be training, I will do a little handout, maybe that I can pass to them for definition. But can you see what I wrote? This is swap. Okay, what is swap? Let's say, for example, for people that load containers from Europe to Africa and stuff like that, you know that when you're gathering the things that you will load into the container, you actually keep it in a place. Okay, you keep it maybe in a store or a garage or something. Where you keep your load or your container itself, where you keep it, you know you always pay. They will ask you to pay maybe monthly or something like that. Now they ask you to pay certain amount, very small. Now that is exactly what the brokers charge in Forex. So now I placed my order. Excuse me. Okay, I placed my order. Now, if I leave this order before tomorrow, if I close it before tomorrow, okay, there will be no charges. Now, but if I leave this order till the next day, you remember the next day in Forex is 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. our time now, but 11 p.m. Is a new day in Forex, okay? Not when you wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. 11 p.m. is a new day in Forex. Now, if I leave my orders till the next day, they will charge me a little commission. Now, it's in centimos, okay? they will charge me a little commission. They call it swap. So it's like charging you for leaving your order open. Okay, there is no other explanation to that. That's just what it means. Okay, so that's just what it means. It's like a commission that is charged on every order that is left over till the next day. So what does that mean to you? That means that when you leave your position open for days and days and months, it will be getting you a lot of negative, overnight charges, yes. Okay, it will be getting you a lot of negative swap. Okay, there are some instruments that the swap is actually positive, but it depends on the brokers and it depends on the time. There is an explanation. I was listening to a master class and they explained it that sometimes the swap can be positive, sometimes it can be negative, but I didn't understand. The explanation was too technical for me. But even the guy that explained it at the point, he was like, why do you even want to bother yourself about the swap? Okay, it's so minute, it's so small, and it's already calculated in the profit you are seeing. So once you see green, forget the swap or the commission. This green you are seeing is your money. Take it and move on. Okay, so swap is not what is going to kill you. But if you leave your trade for a long time, I think the longest I've left a trade was last year. I opened a GBP US dollar order. It was a buy order, and that was when the Brexit wahala came, and the dollar started dropping. It dropped so badly, and it wasn't just going to rise. I left that trade from, was it October or August? From October 2019 till February 2020. October, November, December, January, February. I left it for 4 months. Okay, I didn't close that position. It was minus 200 and something, and I left it. And my partner was like, "You're very crazy." I said, "Yes, I know, but I want to see what will happen." Because my rule in trading is whatever goes up will come down, and whatever comes down must go up. And lo and behold, in February, Boris came up with these, was it February or January, said, he came up with this Brexit success, and everybody was happy, and the pound started soaring. Lo and behold, my minus 200, minus 300 became positive. I made about 50 something euros from that order. But the swap was about minus 30 something. So if I made 50 something, if there was no swap, it would have been about 80 something euros. But what am I trying to say? It doesn't matter anymore what the swap was. As long as I saw green, I made profit. Okay, so the longer you leave your trade, the higher the swap. But when you are still leaving it for 1 week, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks, 4 weeks, the swap might not be more than 2 euros, 3 euros, depending on the volume of your order. So if it's a very small volume, the swap might never even get to 2 euros, maybe 1 euro. So by the time you make your profit of 3 euros, 4 euros, 5 euros, it covers it up and you are good to go. Okay, so that's the swap. All right. So there you have your gross profits, which is everything minus swap plus minus commission plus this plus that, everything. That is exactly how much you will have in your balance if you close all your positions. And then the net profit is, well, your profit if they have not removed their commissions. Okay, so that is what this bar is all about. I think we all understand it now, right? Okay, now let's go back to placing an order. Yeah, so let's go back to placing an order. So to place an order here, like I said, you click on new order. This dialog box comes up. Now, like I said, I was talking about the things you should look out for before placing your order. Remember, we want to place a buy. Yeah. So we click on buy. We make sure that it's the symbol. We click on buy and then volume. Now, let's now go to what is my margin, my free margin. Now, if you look at it here, my free margin here is what? 916, 915, let's say 900, 8 to 900, okay? Now, I'll come to my volume, okay? Now, when you put your cursor on the volume, not clicking it, just put it beside it, it gives you the the story. Okay, it gives you a quick summary of what you are worth and how much you can actually spend. So if you look at this, it says the PIP value is 0.01 in euros, okay, or dollars. Now, what is PIP? That's another word that I need to define for you. We use it a lot in Forex. In fact, this is a word you will love. It's called PIP. P-I-P. So when you hear professionals talk, like if I want to advertise to you now, I'll go like, okay, join my Forex master group, and every week I would give you signals that will make you a minimum of 100 pips, and at the end of the month I will give you signals that will make you a minimum of 250 pips. And if you don't know, you just like, what is he saying? Now, so what is a pip? A pip is the smallest unit of measurement of the displacement, okay, of a particular currency pair, okay, on the chart. Now, okay, I've spoken a lot of grammar. Let me break it up to normal language. If you want to measure distance, right, what do you use? You use meters. If you want to measure the amount of liquid, what do you use? The volume of liquid, you use liters. If you want to measure the amount of space on your phone or whatever, what do you use? Bytes. So you have 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabytes, 3 bytes, 4 kilobytes. You use bytes, right? That's the measurement of space when it comes to computer. If you want to measure, what else? Temperature. You use degrees Fahrenheit or degrees centigrade. Exactly. The measurement of distance in Forex, we use pips. Okay. So for every smallest displacement, that is 1 pip. So when you look at your chart, you see that the price is always changing. So the minimal, the smallest movement of price, okay, for each chart is 1 pip on that chart. Do we understand now? All right, so that's what you mean by PIP. So now let's go back to what they are saying. So they say the PIP value, that's the minimum movement, costs 0.01 euros, that's 1 cent. Trade value, that's the buy. You have 1,572. Then the sell value is 1,572.06. Sometimes you see that it's the same price, sometimes it's different. Now, this is what I was saying the other time. Somebody was asking me that which one is green, which one is red. You see 2 prices there. One is always green, one is always red. So in Forex, we have what we call the bid and the ask. Okay, the bid is the buy value, and the ask is the sell value. Don't bother yourself about this. It doesn't really matter to you. As long as you want to place your order, you place it. But what that really means is this. Let me explain it in a language that you'll understand. If you go to, well, sorry if you're not Nigerian, but if you go to Nigeria or anywhere, okay, let's just use Nigeria, because we have lots of Nigerians listening. You go to Nigeria with 100 euros, right? What do? You go to Sabongeri, you go to wherever you change money. So the money exchange, the bureau they change, you go there and then you give them the 100 euros. And in exchange, they will give you Naira. Presently, let's say they give you 1 euro to 400 Naira. So in exchange for your 100 euros, you will take 40,000 Naira. Am I correct? Perfect. But if you go out of that shop and you quickly go in again and say, oh, Malam, I'm so sorry. I need to travel back right now. They're going to lock down the airport. I need to go back to Europe. I need to buy the euros back. And you give him the same 40,000. Trust me, that Malam is not going to give you 100 euros back. He will give you maybe 98 or 99 or 95 or 94. Why? Because the price they sell is different from the price they buy. And that is where they make their money. So the malams don't make money when you change money from them. No, they make money after they have exchanged it again, after the cross exchange, because they buy it at a particular price and sell it at a particular price. So that is exactly what is happening here. So that's why you always have two prices, but you see that the difference is not always much. It's always maybe $1, $1 dollars. So you don't even notice it. You just see two prices going up and down together. So that's why I said it doesn't really concern you, because you are not buying or selling physically. Okay, you are placing orders and that's it. All right, but that's what it means. So I try to explain these little things just for knowledge. Okay, now, so that's why you have the trade value, that's the buy, and then you have the trade value for sell. Okay, that's that. Then commission required. They put the commission there already. That's for one pip value. Okay, for one pip value. Now, margin required to buy that one volume. You see, the volume we are dealing with here is 1. Okay, that's the one there. So the margin you require to buy just that one is what? 52.5 euros. Okay, so the margin to required to sell is 52.4. So in essence, we need about 52 euros to buy one volume of that commodity. Now, the margin available, it's putting it there for you. You have about 920 something. So you can actually decide. Now, if I want to use all my margin to place order on this chart, what will I do? I can buy up to 40 units, right? I mean, 4 units. No. I can buy even up to 5. No. Maybe it's like 8 or 10 units. Now, you don't need to bother your head. Just put your cursor, when you now click on that, but you understand now what all this means, right? Now, but when you want to choose what you want to buy, now, the maximum I can buy here, which is highlighted, can you see, is 10. Now, if I put it on 10, you see the value. The value for that 10 will be 524 euros. That's way more above half of my, my margin level. Now, for practice sake, I'm going to take the highest, okay? Because it's a demo account and I just want to make a quick money and go. So I take the highest. That's the highest I can go. I can't buy above that. Okay, you see that all others, if I want to click 20, it's not going to accept it. Or you click 30, it's not going to accept it because your margin is not up to that. So what you have margin for, the maximum is 10. So I click on that 10. Okay, now, please always work with this. Make sure you set your take profit and your stop loss. This is called auto trader. Now, thank God that some of us already used it yesterday. What does it mean when you set a stop loss? What it means is this, and please, I will go back again to the chart. Yeah, this is the chart, right? Now, we have done our calculations and we expect that this price will go up and we'll make some money. Now, but what if it doesn't go up? What if it starts dropping? To what level can I take the risk? Are you getting my point? Now, different people decide this in different ways. You can either decide your stop loss by how much you are willing to lose, or you can decide your stop loss by how far you expect the market to drop to. So you can decide it by distance or by value. Now, which one will I advise you to do? I can't, because it's not my money. It's your money. You will be the one to decide either how much you want to lose or how much you want to wait. Okay, so that's very, very personal. But for a learner, and even for me, I always try to do how much I'm willing to lose. Like I said to you the other time, my 200 euro account, I'm willing to lose not more than 60 euros. Okay? Yeah, because I know myself, if I lose 60 euros, I'll gain it back. I can trade and gain it back. But maybe you cannot. Maybe for you, with 200 euros account, you can't afford to lose more than 20 euros. Good. and then you put your stop loss at 20 euros. You can't afford to lose more than 5 euros for one particular order. Good. You put your stop loss at 5 euros. Are we getting my point now? The same with take profit. Now, take profit is, okay, we have studied this graph. Now, let's look at this graph again together. Yeah? Now, if you ask me now, Shala, where do you expect this price to get to before you take your profit? Now, you see it's here presently now. Personally, okay, I don't like to trade for a long time. I want my money quick. I will choose, because this is a 4-hour chart. So I will choose this line, this price, 1730. I expect this market to get to this point, and if it goes above that a little, I take my profit. Now, that little space with the heavy volume I want to trade is going to be a lot of profit. But if I can get to that point, I want to take my profit. So I see the price here. I take my profit based on the distance, because it's my calculation. From this chart, okay, it will almost do a parallel candle. I expect it to get to that point. Yeah? And once it gets to that point, I'll take my profit. So I will set my stop loss based on how much I am willing to lose, and I'll set my take profit based on my calculation of where I expect the market to get to. That equal, I don't care how much profit I make at that point, but that is how much I can risk in distance. Now, some other people will do their take profit based on how much they expect to make. But if you say you want to make 1,000 euros, then you will wait. Sometimes you can wait for eternity, because to get to 1,000 euros, maybe it will get to one peak that it has never reached before. So to set take profit, I personally, from my experience, advise you to set a little profit and which you can easily reach. Take it and take another order. Okay, so once we have known that, now let's get to business. Okay, so let's go and place our order. Now we have about 800 euros to trade. I can afford to lose as much as 100 euros. Okay, so I can afford to lose as much as 100 euros in 1,000, no problem. And I will take my profit quickly at 1730. All right, so I place a new order. Now we go back. I make sure it's a buy. I make sure it's gold against dollar. I take the highest volume. Then my stop loss, like I said, is based on how much I'm willing to lose. So I will not set the distance, okay? I will set what? I will set the price, the amount. So I put minus 100. So you see minus 100 euros. That's how much I'm willing to lose. That's my stop loss. Then my take profit, I will set it with distance. I'm expecting it to reach 1730, and I will take my profit. So this one, I will set the distance. I can type it 1730. Okay, so if I actually reach that 1730, you see the profit, I'll be making about 35 euros. Okay, now once I've set that, you see I've set the two. I've set the stop loss. You can see it here. I've set my stop loss. I've set my take profit. So this is a good order and is ready to go. Now, once it's ready to go, what do? You click on place order. If you want to write comment, you can type comment here. I don't know, maybe you are trading and you can try, okay, my first blah, blah, blah. You can type your comment there. It's for you personal. But now I place my order. You see? Okay, I like that sound. So it is okay. Now, if you want to change, maybe you saw that, wow, this thing is actually going up now, it will reach this place soon. And you want to maybe shift your take profit a bit up, maybe to make more money, you can click on modify position. Okay? When you click on modify position, it brings you back to that same place and you can adjust, maybe the price, the amount or whatever. And once you adjust it, you increase it a little bit more. You click on protect again. It shifts up or down or whatever you want to do. Okay? So that is how to trade. That is how to set orders. So now let's look at this together. Okay? Now look at my chart now. So where is my order? This is my order, the one with 10 pounds. Okay? You can see that line. So you see that the thing is about going up there above it. But to see it very well, I will change this chart to a 1 hour chart. Okay, so you will see it very well. It gives you more distance. Now I have the 1 hour chart. Okay, so you can see where I placed my order. Yeah, you can see it here. You can see 10 ohms. That's the green line here. It's with the prices, everything together. Anyway, but you can see TP here, up here. TP means take profit. So that's the line. Okay, this line here is where it will tip off. Once this price reaches that place and passes it a little, it will just tip off and take the profit. Okay, that's my take profit. Then my stop loss is the one down here, SL. You see that distance is not too much. And look at that short distance. With this short distance, I'm going to be losing 100 euros. So if this thing reverses and it doesn't go up and the market goes against me, now my calculation is not correct and then it's coming down. By the time it reaches this spot, it will trigger it and it will just take 100 euros out of my account, and that's it. I'm not going to lose more than that. Okay, now, so what have you learned from here? The higher the volume, fine. The higher the profit you can make, but also the higher the risk. But you can always minimize your risk, like I said. If you have calculated very well, you have studied the graph very well, you have seen the movement, you are sure that this is what is going to happen, you can do a very quick, heavy trade, set stop loss, which will not be too far. I mean, well, decide that by how much you are willing to lose. But your take profit should not be too high because you are doing a heavy trade. You just look at the small distance here. It can cover this distance, in fact, within maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. And do you know how much you would have made? Just that distance alone, you would have made about 37 euros. That's a lot of money for 1,000 euro account. I mean, you can make at least like 2-3 orders a day. So you can imagine if you do that, like 3 sure orders a day, and you are making 20-30 euros. That's like 60 or 90 euros a day. And you have 20 days in the month to trade. So if you do that every day for a month, you're making 90 euros a day. That's like 1,800 in a month. I mean, that's crazy. Like, you have doubled your account over. Now, you will not do that, okay? Even if it's only one trade you are placing per day, just these 30 euros. You make 30 euros every day for 1 month. That's about 600 euros. My brother, it's better than Ayuda. It's better than what the government would have given you in this crisis, okay? Just with 1,000 euros. And you can always minimize your risk. I mean, for me, that is how I trade. Short trades, go heavy, quickly place the take profit. I take it, I move on, okay? And it works for me, okay? That's why you see that I'm always trading. Now, why do I do that? Because that is my own style of trading. Like I said, every man will decide his own style of trading. All right, so far, do we all understand how to place orders now? To set profit, to set your take profit and your stop loss, and how you should do that. Okay, let me take a few questions. I think we have really done well today. I mean, did we get something? If you understand a few things, just say yes, please. Okay, to come again on how to take a stop loss. Okay. Let's come again. Okay. I possibly might not place an order, but let's try and come again. Let me go and look for another chart. Okay. Okay, let's place another order. Well, although we don't have a lot of margin again. Okay, if you look at the present margin we have now, you see our margin has dropped, isn't it? Now we have 126%. You see what I'm saying? Now, because we placed a whole lot of heavy order. Okay, now, well, some people said they didn't understand all. The video will be available by tomorrow. I will share it on the group, on the main group, okay? Because a lot of people that are not here today will be able to do it. Listen, when you are watching the YouTube video, you can pause it. Like I'm teaching you something new. All right, you can always pause it and experiment what I'm doing, okay? Don't just sit down, watch the video, and then, okay, no. When you want to watch the video, watch it on your phone or on your computer, pause it, try what I did, pause it, try what I did. If you do that, you will understand everything, okay? But let me quickly recap, okay, how to place a stop order. Now, this is your order chart, yeah? You want to place an order, yeah? This is Brent oil, yeah? Let's study it a bit. Let's make a decision. Oil has been crazy. I don't know what has been happening around the world. I've not read the news today or lately, but the oil and the gas have been rising like fire. Of course, because countries are opening up and there's high demand now, so definitely they should rise above what we had before. But then, look at this chart. This is a 12-hour chart. This particular instrument has the habit of doing a very long low, very long high, very long low, and this high is actually has been very consistent. Now, let me teach you one of my secrets, okay? This I'm supposed to teach only in the master class, but this is one of the ways by which I make my decisions. Now, this is for daily trades, okay? You guys are very lucky. This is the first time in my life that I'm teaching somebody this method, okay? This secret. I don't know why you're lucky. All right. Now, this will work 100% of the time, okay? Now, when you want to study your chart, okay, this will apply to, I call it, is one of my systems. I have 3 major trading systems, okay? The first one is all-time highs and all-time lows. I use that for positional trades. Remember the 3 types of trades we did yesterday: positional trades, instant trades, day trades, swing, whatever. But for positional trades, I use the all-time highs and all-time lows. I won't explain that. If you are in my master class, I'll teach you that. Now, for the second type of strategy I use is parallel day chart candles, okay? Now, and that is what I want to teach you here now. So, parallel day chart candles. So what I do is this. I look out for instruments. When I say instruments, you know, it's either currency or oil or whatever. I look out for charts. Let me use charts now. Charts, and I use the daily chart, okay, the daily candle chart. Now, when you put it on the daily candle chart, this is what we have here now. Then you look at the pattern. Okay, don't use weekends. Where's my diagram stuff? Don't use weekend. This is a weekend. You see this place. Let me change this color. What color can I use? Okay. Now, you see this place. You see what happened here? From here, the thing just jumped here. This is a weekend. This must be a Sunday. It closed on Friday, and on Sunday, it just jumped. Don't study your chart using that, okay? Most of the weekends, especially all these oil indexes, they jump. Now, so I don't trade using those. You use normal days. What happens on normal days? Now, if you look at these graphs critically, you can actually enlarge your candlesticks, okay, here on this part. Now, look at these candlesticks. Now, what do you notice? There's something I need to teach you on candlesticks before you can understand. Okay, let's take one candlestick as a case study so that you learn that fast. For every candlestick, okay, now we'll use these 2 as an example. Okay, just focus on these 2 candlesticks, okay? Now, when you have a candlestick like this, you have 4 major positions that are important on these candlesticks. Number 1 is this place. Number 2, you see this wick on top of it. It's actually very important. But I'll put another candle, another one there. Number 2 is that. Number 3 is here. Number 4 is here. Okay? Now, the same goes for all the candles. Some will not have any wick on top. Like, look at this one. Okay, let's use these 2. I think these 2 are better. They have all the properties. These 2 candles have all the properties. Okay. Now, so the first one is this. The second one is this. Well, for this one, the second one is this point. The third one is this point. And then the fourth one is this point. Okay, now the first point here, this place, is what we call the entry price. Okay, this is the entry price. That is where that candle started to form. Do you understand what I'm saying now? That's what you call the entry price. So, you know, like you saw yesterday, when the candle wants to start a new one, it's been going up and down on this. Once the hour or day or minute, depending on the chart, finishes and it starts a new one, it just jumps, bam, and then it starts another one. You see that point where it jumps to, bam, that's the entry point. Okay, so for this particular green candle, the entry point is under. So when the candle is green, what it means is that the trade has been an upward trend. So it means that from it's in reference now. In reference to the last candle, before that candle you are considering, it actually went up. So in the last, this is a daily chart. So the day before this candle was formed, the market was down. And then it started forming at this point. And throughout the day, it was up and down on this particular candle. So at the end of the day, when it exits from here. But what happened? It's green. So what it means is that at the end of the day, it was actually higher than where it started from. That's what it means. So when you see your chart, you are seeing green and red, and you don't understand. That is how it is formed. That is what it means. So when you see a red candle, it means that from the previous one, in reference to the previous one, the value actually dropped. And when you see a green candle, what it means is that in reference to the previous candle, the value actually rose. So the day before this green candle, it was down, then it rose. Then the day after this green candle, the value went down. That's why the candle that is next to it is what is red. Now, so like I said, this is the entry point. This is the exit point. Those 2 points are very important. And then the wick, you see that like rope on top of the candle, that is the peak of it. That's the highest point. So that's the highest value that that price actually got to that day. And the rope below it, that's the lowest point it actually got to that day. So if you look at this red candle too, the highest price that this Brent oil got to that particular day was this place. Okay, this place. That's the highest point it got to. And during that same day, it went low as this. That's the lowest price for that day. But this was the entry point. Why is the entry point this top? Because the candle is red. It means that it went lower than where it started from. That's why I know that my entry point was on top. And the exit point was where? Was here. Okay, so the exit point was here. I mean, sorry, the exit point is down. So, and it exits from here, okay, to start another one. So, that is how you form this, okay? When it is red, the exit point will be below. When it is green, the exit point will be above. Well, all that is still what? Is still grammar. When you watch this video again, you can understand that better. Now, but what I'm trying to explain, now you understand what a candlestick is. Okay, that's a candlestick. That's what this pattern means. But for me, as a technical analyst, I mean, using this for my strategy, it means more than that to me. It helps me to study the pattern that this particular Brent oil creates. Now, and watch this. This is one day. This is the next day. Now, what did this mean to me? I will check the highest to the lowest. The highest of this one to its lowest. You see the pattern. Then the day after that, the highest was here to the lowest, isn't it? The day after that, the highest was here to the lowest. Okay? The day after that, the highest was here to the lowest. The day after that, the highest was here to the lowest. The day after that, the highest was here to the lowest. Now, on and on like that. But here, look at it, the highest was here to the lowest. This was a bit different. From here also, the highest was here to the lowest. But like I said, you have to be careful. This is a weekend, but this is normal days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal days. Now, so if you watch this pattern very well, this is what I call parallel day chart, parallel candlestick day chart. Okay. Now, when you have a parallel day chart candles, what does that mean? It means that look at this yesterday and look at this today. If you compare the two lines they form, you see that they are almost parallel. Are you getting my point? Now, consider also this candle with the next day. This is the next day. Look at it. They are what? Almost side by side. Are you getting my point? Now, consider that one too with the next day. You see? They are what? Side by side. Consider this one too with the next day. They are what? Side by side. Consider this one with the next day. They are what? Side by side. All right. So what does that teach me? This shows me that this particular Brent oil has this very unique pattern of forming candles that are always parallel to the day before it, except for times like this. Look at these ones are quite different. But it has started from here again. Are you getting me now? Now, if you look at this place very well, you see that this one and the next day after it, they have very similar things in common. And then look at this one too. This is the highest to the lowest. It's like they have parallel things. Look at this. Now, this is today. This is the one forming right now. And it has, well, the thing will end in the next 1 hour or 30 minutes. Now, this is what it has formed. It's still a bit parallel. Okay. Now, this is how I trade. If I want to trade the daily trade here, I will not trade now. I'll come and trade at 10 o'clock or 11 when a new candle is going to be forming. Now, so what am I going to do? I have seen that it has these habits, right? Now, this is my line for today. It's from here, and this is the lowest. So it is very likely that a new candle will be starting to form from here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will place my order, and I see that it's trending up, right? But when you look at it very well, you see that it's always like almost parallel. So what it means that tomorrow, which will be starting in another 30 minutes or 1 hour, this candle that will form will possibly do something that will be almost parallel to this one. So I will assume that this candle will do something like this. It can now do and go up or go and go down, but it will, at one point or the other, do something almost parallel to the one it has formed today. So that is how I do my analysis, and now I'll take my position. Now, so I now want to decide what to do. Do I buy or do I sell? Now, this has been 3 days straight up, 1 day retracement, 2 days straight up. Now, the safest thing for me to do right now is to do a short retracement. So that's to put a sell order. But when I put my sell order, remember this is a day candle, so the distance, the pips you are seeing on this screen, this thing you are seeing here is a lot of money. This small line I draw is a lot of money, and I will prove that to you very soon now. Now, so if I want to place my order here now, I will place a sell at this point, at this price, and I will take my profit not at the lowest part of this one, but at the middle. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Now, if I do that, it means that, the lowest part is 36.00. So if I'm placing an order at 36.4, I will place the order and take my profit at 36.2, for example. All right. So I just quickly shared with you one of my big secrets of how to trade. Okay, you might not understand it very well. Like I said, it's a personal thing. You have to learn yours. But that's one very good trading skill that I use, and it works almost 100%. like 80% or 90%. So let's try that now, okay? So we want to place an order now. So for those that say, how do you set your stop loss and all that, let's do it together now. To place an order on this, what do? I click new order, yeah? Now, I've already studied the price and all that, so I want to do a sell, right? I want to do a quick sell. Now, what volume can I place? It gives me all these options here, okay? Now, I have to check my margin level. My margin level has really reduced to 130%. Yeah, okay, no problem. Let's risk something. Let's see how much we can buy. Now, I don't want to buy too much, okay? So I'll just put 10 barrels, for example, if I can. Now, my stop loss, how much am I willing to lose? I'll still put 100 euros, okay? Let's say I'm willing to lose 100 euros. I might not lose up to that, but let's say I'm willing to lose 100 euros. 100 euros will mean that the price will be at 47 something. So that 10 barrels is too small. Let's increase it to 50 barrels, okay? Now, how much am I willing to lose? 100 euros. 100 euros means that if it gets to 38 on something, I'll lose my money, no problem. Then my take profit, like I said to you, I want to take my profit where? At 36.2. That's where I want to take my profit. So I would set it there to take profit at 36.2. Okay, so if I set it at 36. Now this one says 36.25, I will be making 8 euros. So now that's okay. I set my take profit and I place my order. Okay, so I have placed this order. Now, why did I set it that low? Because you see that the candlesticks are very short. These are very short candlesticks that are forming. So I want to place it, okay? It doesn't matter. It's only 8 euros I'll make. It's all right. So before I go out in the day or before I sleep in the night, I can place about 5 of them so that by the next day, once it works out of that 5, if I get 4 of them well, that's 8 euros times 4. That's about 32 euros already. I'm done. Even if it's 20 euros I make in a day, I'm done. I'm okay. So you see that it didn't take me too long. I mean, I'm trying to explain the parallel, but for me, I don't need to explain to myself. Once I see it's parallel, I take my decisions, I take it. Why? Because I have the experience, I've practiced a lot. Okay, so that is how you take your order. Let me say it again. You come to the dialog box, you choose what you want to do, a sell, you are sure the symbol is right. Then you select the volume depending on your margin level and how much you are willing to buy or sell. Then you click on stop loss. You have to click on that button, okay? So it will bring out your prices. Like I said, you can decide what your stop loss will be, either by how much you are willing to lose or how far you think the market should drop before you lose. So in my own case, I advise people to set their stop loss on how much they are willing to lose. So in this case, our account is 1,005. Remember, in the other order we placed, we are already losing 100. So for this one also, let's lose another 100. Okay, I can decide to lose 100. So instead of using the number of pips or distance or percentage, I will put the price straight, minus 100. Okay, so that's what you have here. That's why you have minus 100 here. I am the one that typed this one in. Minus 100 is what I'm willing to lose. Then, after you have set that, you click on this place again, which is take profit. You have to always click on that place. When you click on it, it becomes active. Then, for take profit, you can decide also to choose your take profit by the amount you wish to make or you expect to make, or the distance you expect the market to either drop to or rise to, depending on your calculations, okay, and your analysis. But like I did, that everybody saw from my analysis of this chart, I am expecting the oil to retrace its steps at least to a price of about 36.2 by tomorrow. Okay, if it follows that pattern, it usually draws out. So I'm expecting it to drop to at least 36.2. So I will not put the price or the amount I wish to make. No. So in this case, I'm not going to put the price. Excuse me. I'm not going to put the profit by what I want to make. No. No. What do? I will put the distance. Okay, because that is how I will take my profit, the distance. So I expect it to get to 36.2. So here you type 36.2. Well, this one is 36.237, no problem. Do you understand now? So you type the distance you expect it to drop to. So when you want to make your order, always have your pen and paper. Put the distance, put the price at which you will take the take profit or stop loss and all those things, so that when you are typing, you don't make mistakes. Okay, so once you have put the estimated price of where you think the value of the trade will drop to, it will automatically calculate the profit for you. So if it actually drops to that point for me by tomorrow, I will be making €8.86, which is huge, which is a lot of money to make like that. At least when your calculation is almost sure. Sometimes before you even leave the computer, you just see that it takes the profit for you. Sometimes, not all the time. Okay, so after you have put all those details in, then you click on place order. So when you click on place order, yeah, you see it places the order and you click on OK. All right, so you see that I've placed that same order again. I've repeated the same order again. So, trying to make explanation. So you see that order is now twice. So if you go back here, you see that you have the Brent, the one we just placed now, 50 barrels of oil. We placed a sell order. The entry price is 36.448. You see the entry price. The take profit is what we have set here, 36.251. And then the stop loss is 38.652. So for us to lose, it will be if it goes up a lot. But we'll be losing a lot if we are losing. Okay, so you have to be sure about your strategy. You will not always be 100% sure. I've always said that. But at least, with experience and practice, you will always win more than lose, okay, most of the time. So you see all that there, yeah. Then the time you created it, the last time you modified, and then you see the pips, that's the distance between the order you placed and the current price. That's what it means. So you see the pips, all these that you see as pips. Remember what I said about pips. Pips is the distance of travel on the chart for each currency pair or instrument. Okay, so this is your gross profit, this is your net profit. Like I explained yesterday, this particular demo account is Sharia compliant. So they don't actually take commissions or anything extra. Okay, no swap, nothing. So you see that there is no swap on this place. Normal live account, you would see swap. Okay, so that's that. So we have set everything. Once it hits the target, it takes the profit for us, whether we are there or we are not there. And you don't have to leave your computer open. No, close your computer, shut down, go home and sleep. It will take the profit when it hits that place, and if it goes against you, it will stop your loss when it hits the stop loss. Okay? All right. Is there any other question? Can you place more than one orders on one instrument? Yes, I think I just did that now. Yeah. So what other question? I can't see the chat. Which chat? My chat? I hope you can see it now. I'm sorry. But you can always watch the video again. Okay, I would upload it on YouTube and you can always watch it again. Okay, I think that's all I want to teach us tonight. Basically, what I want you to do now is try to look at different charts tonight. This is your assignment again. Now, for those people that placed orders yesterday, if you did not put a stop loss and take profit, I want you to do it tonight. For example, I did not put any stop loss or take profit on this US 30. So we have to do that now. Let's do that together now. So before we do that, we have to check the chart, okay? Up here, you browse and see, yes, this is the chart. You click on the chart, it comes up. Okay, so this is the indices. Now, if you look at this chart very well, let me expand it a bit. You see that a lot of things that happened today. This is 1 hour chart, so you can count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see, 12 hours back. So from 10 o'clock this morning, so excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So from this candle, this was like 10 o'clock in the morning, this morning. So you could see what has happened to this particular order. Remember, we placed it yesterday around here, okay, expecting it to drop. So over the night, see how much it dropped. But because I did not put any take profit or anything, what happened? It went up again. In fact, you see all these two places here, it was negative. This 118 you see now was around, and look at the distance from here to here is what is giving us 117, 118. So you can look at the distance from here to here. So it means that it actually got to like minus 120 also. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you were looking at it at that time, you go like, hey, money is going on, money is going on. But what happened? Before you know it, pam, pam, in 2 hours, it dropped again from here to here, just in 2 hours. And since that time, it has been playing around. Now, why has it been like that? Because I did not set any take profit, okay? So this was the place it reached today. This was the lowest point it has reached today, you can see. So that looks more to me like a support, okay? So it's very possible that it might reach this place again tomorrow, or maybe a little bit not close to that place. So what I want to do now is I want to set my profit. I want to take my profit here. No, on this line, just before that lowest point. So I want to take my profit at 24400. Okay, so I've seen the price where I want to take the profit. Then I will go and modify this order, okay, to take my profit. So you have to be sure this is the order. Here you see the settings and everything, and then here you see reverse, double position, and close. Now to modify it, you can, so excuse me, you can click on the setting button here, okay? So you see this setting, excuse me, this button here. When you click on it, you'll be able to modify this particular order. Remember, I want to close at 24400. That's what I want to set it to. So you click on this, it brings out that chart. You see, this is the information. And then I click on modify. I go to modify post protection, okay? So this is where I will do my stop loss and take profit, modify position. So what I want to place right now is what? Take profit. Now, I want to take profit where? 24400. So I will not put the profit. I don't know how much it will be, but I can set the price. So I'll put it here, price 24400. You see? So 24400, if I set that price there, okay, 24400, it will give me a profit of how much? It will give me a profit of 186 euros. Okay, so that's good for me, right? Yes, it's good. Okay, then I click protect. Okay, and that's it. So it's been set. Okay, now I have set a take profit. So you can see now that here I have my take profit line. You can see it here, TP. That's the details of the take profit. So the pips, the distance, I was saying this, that the distance is always a lot. The distance between this take profit, okay, and the present price, okay, is what? is 204. Okay, I mean, sorry, to the position, I mean, to the distance where I place the order. So from this place to this place, okay, this is 204 pips. You see, that is a lot of distance. So when you have a take profit that is so small like this on a daily chart, and you think, oh, it's not profitable, it's a lie. That distance you see is a lot, and you can testify to that. Just this distance alone, if it hits this spot again, you'll be having 186 euros. That's more than 10% of what the person started trading with. That's too much anyway. I mean, in the real market, you're not going to trade like that, but for demo practicing, yes. But also, you should always set your stop loss. In this case, I'm not going to set a stop loss. Whatever happens, it's a demo account. So I'm not going to set a stop loss. I'm not trading for real. But I want to do the take profit, okay? Because I'm almost certainly sure that I'll be making some profit from this. So that is the assignment I want to give to all of us. If you haven't set your take profit before, I want you to do that tonight before you sleep, okay? I want you to do that tonight before you sleep. And if you have set it before, I want you to take more orders. In fact, whether you set it or you haven't set it, I want you to place more orders tonight, okay? Please, place more orders, study the charts a bit more, and let's see what happens. So you can see my real live account. Like I said, it's red, but I'm not scared because I did my studies and I'm hoping it to go up. So you see that from minus 16 or whatever, it's now minus 12. You see some of them almost getting to plus. So it's just a matter of time. When you trade, and you can see that my balance has increased to 203. It was actually 207 this morning, but I was doing some practice on it and I closed some orders and all that. Well, this one I opened for practice. In my master class, the account is strictly for trading, not to train people, but to make money and, show my students also how to make money. So your own demo account, please use it, trade with it. If you have questions, ask me questions. This video will be available also for people that will be interested. To watch on YouTube, what's the link for that? I would always send it. If you need the link, you can contact me on WhatsApp privately, then I'll send the link to you. But for this particular class, okay, tonight's class, I will share the link on the main group once we finish. Once it's uploaded on the YouTube, okay? But for other classes, please contact me personally via WhatsApp, okay? Via WhatsApp, and I'll be able to provide that for you. It's very important that you go back, of course, that you go back and listen again and study, okay? So, but I have different systems that I use, okay, to trade. It's just one of them I shared with you, but it needs a lot of practice, a lot of study. And of course, you have to listen to the news before you use that. Because if something was going to happen overnight with oil, maybe they're going to strike Iran or Qatar, or if something was going to happen overnight, it might not follow that chart. It might not follow that pattern. It might just shoot up or down. Okay, so you have to be sure. I use that pattern only when the market is quiet, when there are no news, there are no any news that will surge the market or really bring the market down. Then I use that pattern. But when there is news and the market is moving so interestingly, I have other patterns. Like I shared with you, I have about 3 patterns that I use. But different people have their own system of trading. There was a master class I attended 2 weeks ago now. The guy was teaching us what is called the naked trading pattern. It was, it's awesome. Very simple, awesome. He's an English guy. That's his own pattern. So different people have their own systems. And that's your duty. Begin to form your own system. You have to choose from people's patterns, okay? Take from mine, take from that, listen to people on YouTube, practice it together, and then you will develop your own, okay? That's how you do it. Tomorrow, please, before we go, let me shut down